Exactly, yes. Well, we see your two drivers with such a different driving style, and every track where you have round corners have to cool through them, George is doing better. Point break, get out quickly, Monaco, Montreal, and Kimi is doing better. So is that why there's a gap today?
I mean, we're speaking about tiny gaps, but you're right. I mean, Kimi is late on the brakes, fires the car into the corner, and George is more smooth. But I don't think we should generalize in that way, because both are relatively adaptable. But as a recurring theme, yeah, Kimi is more brutal with the car, and George is more smooth.
Does it make it more difficult in the long run to develop the car then, when you have two driving styles completely different?
I think what George did is that in Miami he wasn't quick, and Kimi was, like last year. And then George said, okay, what is he doing on the other side of the garage? And they tuned the car mechanically and electronically more to what Kimi did. And that didn't work. Didn't work for George. And after Monaco, he kind of came back and say, I need to reset. I need to go back what I had at the beginning of the season, and you see the result.
Now we're hearing that Kimi had a few battery issues in the final sector. What more can you tell us?
I think he pushed the button maybe a tiny bit too late, and it didn't have the full deployment. But it was tiny.
Now, I had a lovely chat with George yesterday, or day before, Thursday, and he was saying, look, what it might seem to the rest of the world is that, you know, Kimi's obviously the hot favourite and everyone's supporting him within the team, but actually I'm getting just as much support behind the scenes from Toto. How do you manage two drivers this way? I mean, you've got a bit of experience.
I always try to be super balanced. Alain Prost once told me at the beginning of my time in Mercedes, I asked him what went wrong between Senna and you, and he said that the team was never transparent. We never knew who is the loved child, and I try to do the opposite. Pressure when pressure is necessary, and also the odd, put your finger out of your backside. But then
lovely image.
Lovely image, yeah. And on the other side, also put my arm on. All of us put our arm around them when they need the support. And I feel that I'm happy to hear that, because none of them can say we are not giving them equal treatment, equal support, equal love. And I think it's down to everyone that to never make them feel that it's not going in that direction.
But do they require a different approach? You know, everyone responds differently to carrot and stick. Do you have to handle them differently?
Yeah, different personalities, and they handle things differently. And I'm generally very impressed, because when you look at Kimi, Sunday night he wins the Monaco Grand Prix. We go to the gala. What does he do? No, there's no drinking, there's no partying. Next day he's fishing with my 9-year-old all day. Complete relaxation. He doesn't bother about the girlfriend, about nightclubs or beach clubs.
So he's not a real Formula One driver then?
Well, it's the Hunt thing, No, I think he sets the level at the moment. And it's about marginal gains, every marginal gains. And on the other side, George is in a little bit the same situation. He has his girlfriend, and they keep between themselves. And how can I say? It's just they're pushing each other so much that there is no giving up of the tiny margins.
You've got to do what works for you, right?
Yeah, but I have a tough one.
I think Kimi's closer in age to your son than he is to you, in fairness.
Yeah, it's true. 9 to 19, yeah, it's pretty close here.
Tough question here. The goal is to be world champion, obviously, with either driver. But if you win with Kimi, you rewrite the history books with the youngest driver ever. Does that weigh in the balance a little bit?
Whatever is the outcome, we're happy with that. I mean, if Kimi does it, it's unbelievable. It hasn't been done before. If George does it, it's long deserved. Then Kimi's time is going to come. So we are totally open to that. May the best man win, and we're trying to keep it fair and open and transparent and lovely and pressurizing whatever is needed.
Good luck with that. Good luck.
Nice, happy family.
It is a 10-year anniversary from that infamous crash between two of your drivers in 2016. What kind of race can we expect tomorrow? Hopefully not that kind of drama.
Well, yeah, when Leclerc went out on the exit of that corner, I said, I know that corner. That was when they collided. Now, they're both starting on the clean side of the track. That means we're going to see a slipstream. if they both leave. So we're having again a situation, but it's about conditioning them in the right way tomorrow morning, making sure that we are collecting the points, and then it's going to be a tough race.
And a quick word on Lewis and his qualifying performance today. Are you secretly still quite proud of him?
Yeah, my old friend. You know, when people doubted whether I still had the speed, I've always said if he's in the right frame of mind and the car suits him, then he's to be reckoned with. He's to be, you know, you need to count him in, and that's what he did today. If there isn't this tiny mistake at the end, he's a tenth and a half quicker than us.
Any more tough questions from you, sir?
Yeah, the fact that you have a Ferrari in between you and that gap, do you think that, and also, well, your start seems to be good now, but could that be an issue in this race? Or the way the track is on tires and tough, you definitely have the advantage anyway?
Yeah, I think it's going to play out in tire degradation, and we've been quite good in the long run yesterday. But it all depends on the start. You know, if Lewis is ahead after the start, that's going to be a tough one for everyone. So I'm really curious to see how that pans out.
And so are we.
If I can put myself already after lap 1, and that is the nicer feeling.
I hope you get some sleep tonight. Thank you very much for your time today. Okay.